Good morning, students. I am L.K. Tripathi from LPM Public School. Dear children, we will discuss about the new chapter of history, that is chapter 11, New Empires and Kingdoms. This chapter will enable us to know about much more about the 4th century, about the political power and glory of the prominent rulers of that period. So let's get started. Some 2500 years ago, Mahakavi Shamdev Bhatt wrote a book called Betal Pachishi. It contained spell-binding stories of the wise Gupta dynasty king. Chandragupta II, also known as Vikramaditya, and his interactions with a witty ghost called Betal. As the name suggests, Betal told the king 25 stories. Pachishi means 25 in Hindi. Each story ending with a question that was posed to the king. If the king knew the answer and it kept quiet, his head would split into 1,000 pieces. However, if the king opened his mouth, the Betal would go back to the tree from where he was hanging upside down, and the king would have to bring him back again. Find out as many stories you can as a class and try enacting them in the classroom. Backdrop: in the beginning of the 4th century Christian era, the political power and glory of most of the prominent post-modern dynasties declined. Subsequently, a new line of rulers called the Gupta rose to power. The rulers of this dynastic line dominated the history of India for the next 2 centuries. Gupta Empire, early rulers. The Gupta started as the rulers of a small kingdom in the present day Bihar. The kingdom was founded by one of the early Gupta rulers, Sri Gupta. It covered some parts of northern and central India. Ghatotkacha Gupta, one of the successors of Sri Gupta, further expanded the kingdom. However, it was during the reign of his successors, Chandragupta I, that the kingdom rose to prominence for the first time. Chandragupta first ascended the throne in 320 century. According to contemporary sources, he entered into a martial alliance with the powerful Lichavi rulers of Vaishali and married Kumar Devi, a princess of the Lichavi tribe. Following this, Patliputra, the capital city of Magda, came under his control. On account of this matrimonial alliance, his empire extended up to Prayag and Shaketa. The control over most of the present day Bihar, with vast reserves of natural resources and fertile plains of Uttar Pradesh, made him a powerful ruler. He assumed the imperial rule title of Maharaja Dhiraj. Samudragupta. Chandragupta first was succeeded by his son Samudragupta. He ascended the throne in 335 century. According to some historians, there was a war of succession between Samudragupta and another Gupta princess, Kachya After the death of Chandragupta first, however, there is no substantial evidence to suggest this. Samudragupta was undoubtedly the greatest among all, the Gupta ruler in terms of his feats on the battlefield. An inscription engraved on a pillar at Prayag, known as the Prayag Prashasti, is the main source of information regarding the conquest of Samudragupta. Achievements. According to this, according to some historians, there was a war of succession between Samudragupta and another Gupta prince, Kachya after the death of Chandragupta first. However, there is no substantial evidence to suggest this. Samudragupta was undoubtedly the greatest among all the Gupta rulers in terms of his feats on the battlefield. An inscription engraved on a pillar at Prayag, known as the Prayag Prashasti, is the main source of information regarding the conquest of Samudragupta. A number of rulers of the present day, Uttar Pradesh, Bengal, and Punjab accepted his suzerainty and paid homage to him. He extended his power up to Kanchipuram in the south through though he did not annex the empires of the kings of South India, he compelled them to pay an annual tribute as a token of their subjugation. He maintained friendly relations with the Shaka rulers of Western India and the Kushana rulers of Gandhara. Samudragupta also brought under his control a number of Adivasi or tribal kingdoms spread across the forests of central India. He performed the Ashwamedha Yajna that clearly indicated his power and influence. He assumed a number of imperial titles such as Maharajadhiraj, Bhupati, for his outstanding achievements as a conqueror and military leader. Samudragupta has been nicknamed Napoleon of India by the eminent British historian Vincent Smith. Other achievements, apart from being a talented military leader, Samudragupta was a great patron of art and literature. Harisena, Basubandhu, and Asanga were some noted scholars in his court. He was an accomplished poet and musician, poet and musician himself. In some of the poems issued by him, he is shown playing the veena. Though he was a follower of Hinduism, he was tolerant towards other religions. He allowed Sri Lanka's Buddhist king Meghvarna to build a monastery of Bodh Gaya. Samudragupta was succeeded by his elder son Ramgupta. He was weak and incompetent. A Shaka ruler of western India captured him. Ramgupta's younger brother Chandragupta II defeated the Shaka ruler and ascended the throne in 375 century. That's all. Rest we shall discuss in the next video. Till then, thank you.